And welcome back to Digital Trends. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you very much for tuning in wherever you are. We do appreciate it. Now, in partnership with our Spanish language site, Digital Trends in Español, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month by interviewing successful tech entrepreneurs like our next guest. She is the founder and CEO of Element Lab, as well as co-founder of Tequila Alquimia. We have Eliana Murillo. Hello. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here.
There are so many things I want to talk to you about, including tequila. But before we get into all of that, I wanted to kind of go through a little bit of your background. You have such a unique tech background in some of the things that you've done. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about, working for Google, but then going out on your own.
Yeah, so I just left Google in July after 10 years there. Had an incredible journey. I was able to really pursue my personal mission at a really big tech company with products that allowed me to deliver this mission. So always having a goal around access, how to help underserved communities, underrepresented, underestimated communities have access to technology. So that spanned from making sure small business owners know about digital tools to helping students. And so over the course of the 10 years, I was able to carve out different roles around that. And I actually was able to, the focus for half that time was founding the Multicultural Marketing Team. And it was just an incredible experience to bring technology into diverse communities, focusing on the US, just knowing how entrepreneurial these communities are, our communities are. And that's a big part of what inspired me to take the plunge and take a stab at it myself.
And talking about that side from the multicultural marketing side of things and just how important that is, what are some of the big obstacles that you found that some of these entrepreneurs and small business owners were encountering?
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the community. We saw it with the data. These are the fastest growing demographics of entrepreneurs. Latinos are creating businesses faster than any other demographic, Latinas especially. African American community as well is super entrepreneurial, but often the challenges are not having access to capital. We know what the VC numbers look like. The numbers are tiny in terms of what they're investing in diverse founders, female founders, and also just knowledge of marketing, digital marketing especially, what tools are out there. But I call it the paradox of opportunity. Like the fastest growing entrepreneurs, a demographic of entrepreneurs are the ones that need support, but what an opportunity. And a business like my own helped inspire a lot of the perspective I had with my family small business, our own organic tequila company. That allowed me to have perspective at the table to really ground a lot of what we were doing, to think, okay, does a small business owner actually have time to do XYZ when they're running a business, maybe on their mobile phone? Maybe we have our business in Mexico and we're always on the move. And so how do we help entrepreneurs that are so busy building their business to actually learn how to scale it, how to market it, and so forth?
That's such a key thing right there, I think, too. It's just that, growing a business takes so much time and energy, and to not have access to some of those tools that can make that so much easier. I mean, that's a huge detriment if you don't have access. And looking at you, and I guess let's first go to your company that you kind of inspired to go out and form this company that you have, Element, and kind of talk a little bit about that, and then I want to get into some tequila as well.
Absolutely. Honestly, what really inspired me to finally take the plunge was seeing how COVID is affecting small businesses, how Black Lives Matter, that movement has really reminded us that there are a lot of problems that need to be solved. And there's a lot that I was able to do in the multicultural space at Google, but I realized there's so much more I want to do, just building my own technology as well. And so Element Lab it's like my baby. I'm super excited to start it. It's a design development lab where we're creating different platforms. And so the first is called Bodego. So Bodego is a marketplace for diverse products. It's essentially a bodega on the go, wanting to make sure we have a space where you can find products, food products created by Black and Latino business owners, and then other underrepresented groups as well. We'll be scaling that. But that's one to start. And there's a number of platforms that I want to create. I want to focus on one really well to start, but really thinking about how do we make sure that we are positioning small businesses to be accessible for more customers, for more growth. And, simply put, it's a marketplace, but there's a lot behind the scenes in terms of the AI we're implementing to really gather the insights to best position these small businesses for growth, and even making sure we're looking at what are their costs. How do we leverage social interaction of our consumer base to drive more engagement of the platform? Because the more we can create touch points for businesses to be discovered on the web, that's, especially because of COVID, we're buying things online more than ever. So I'm excited to get started with this first app, and it relates to what we've done as a business too.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, Bodego. So that is the app right there. And going from that, going to the tequila side of things, I think that's also a very interesting story of how this got founded. And I was watching actually some of your videos about this being, land that your family had used and then wasn't using. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to found your tequila company?
Absolutely. It's a story we love to tell because it started as a family science project, turned into a business. So my dad's an optometrist, and he was born on the ranch, on the ranch in Mexico where he was born, in Jalisco. And so he and his family came to the U.S. when he was 4 years old and thought they were here to pursue the American dream. He did it. He went to school here and realized that when my grandfather was nearing the end of his time with us, they were going to sell the land unless they found a way to maintain it. And my mom actually convinced my dad, like, your great grandparents worked too hard to keep this land alive, to just let it go. So my dad researched everything possible, pre-Google, not Google searching anything, just looking at books of all different crops we could grow, and discovered that agave was a crop that could really do well where we are, where there's not a lot of rainfall and so forth. And so he did everything organically in the way that my great grandfather did this once upon a time, with more like corn and other crops. But my dad, having a background in biology, he went to Mexico, took a science kit, found a way to make the land productive, making sure the soil was healthy. And so we created this venture about growing agave and doing it organically. And the mission has always been to teach other growers how to do things organically, and really to prove that doing things organically can create a high quality product. So Tequila Alquimia became the end product after selling to other companies, brands that many people are familiar with, a lot of household names and bar names of brands. But we knew what we were doing was so special because the agave was so much healthier, had so much more sugar content, so much bigger, it just amazing. And we thought, this is too special, we need to bottle this ourselves. So alchemy is alquimia in English. And we like to say this is our form of alchemy, creating liquid gold out of all natural elements. And for us, it's about the alchemy for impact. So we contribute 20% of all of our sales to nonprofit causes we care about, social causes. We contributed to Black Lives Matter, very focused on that when everything was at the beginning of all this movement. And then we try to be responsive to what's happening. So right now we're supporting farm workers because we know they are so essential in COVID time with the fires happening in California, and trying to make sure we're supporting as best we can.
That's fantastic. I mean, but that's such a huge thing to get over. Obviously, you and your family have the skills to be able to do that, but not everybody can just go down and take land and turn it into an organic agave field. But that's incredible. And with the tequila itself, getting into that side of things, what were some of the biggest challenges, I guess, specifically because it's organic, like being organic tequila in that market space? What were some of the biggest challenges of convincing people that was something that they should try?
Yeah, well, I'll take you a step further back. People thought we were crazy for even planting agave because it had never been done in our area. So starting there, then we're saying, oh, we're doing organics.
Yeah.
And then they thought, okay, what are they up to? Here are these Americans now. Because for those who aren't familiar, once you're raised here, you go back, they think you're American. Here, they think you're just Mexican. So it's sort of this interesting dynamic of finding community wherever you go, right? Trying to. So in Mexico, my dad went back and really wanted to make sure we're supporting community, creating jobs through this, empowering the community locally. Our bottles are made by a family of glass blowers in Tonala, Jalisco. And so trying to keep all of that local to create more jobs and opportunity there so that we can keep families safer and produce a high quality product through that. But it was hard to convince people until they saw it. I like to believe in show, don't tell. So we just did it. My dad was called crazy for quite some time because the agave takes so many years to mature before harvest. And so we grew up going to the ranch and seeing these agaves and thinking this was sort of normal. Of course, you have a side hustle that involves planting acres of agave in another country, but it really felt like something that we could continue to demonstrate impact through because people saw the quality of the agave. Really, it's been incredible because now other growers, other people who have land have become growers, I should say. And my dad taught them free of charge. And he's considered the pioneer in organic tequila because people had never done this before in our area, and much less doing organics in the way that we did. So there's a number of brands out there that are organic, and my dad taught them how to do it. And we're proud of that. Even if it creates competition, it's for the end goal of let's just make it organically because it improves the quality of the environment. Our soil quality improves every single year. So our agaves get better and better, and I hope others do too. And it's healthier conditions for the workers. We're not spraying the fields with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. If you're drinking tequila that's not organic, it is full of so many chemicals that are really harmful for especially the farm workers, but even for the consumer. We don't want people drinking a product that isn't reflective of what it was intended to be. Tequila is a lot like champagne for France. You can only produce it in Mexico. A lot of people don't know that. And you can only produce it in 3 parts of Mexico. So it's something that is truly a part of our culture and our heritage. And, you know, in the spirit of Latino Heritage Month, we celebrate that every day. We're creating a product that is directly related to our heritage and trying to help people learn about it and not think it's something you just shoot back. And people often have misperceptions of what it is, but we created a sipping tequila that I hope is something people can appreciate. And it's a labor of love.
I got to ask, where can we get it?
You can reach out to us through social media or our email contact info, and we'll send you information on how to buy it. There's also, we can't sell direct to consumer, but we have an amazing partner, Old Town Liquor in San Diego. They do amazing online sales. And so we've been getting a lot of orders from them. People are ordering from home more than ever right now.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, that's probably what I'm going to be doing after the show. So I definitely want to try it out. Well, Eliana, I want to say thank you very much for joining us here on the show too, and really appreciate you talking about this, this incredible success you have across so many different fields and all the things that you are doing to help other people out. It's tremendous, and really appreciate you being here on Digital Trends Live with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for supporting Alquimia, and hopefully soon other products like that, family-owned, minority-owned, on Bodego very soon.
Fantastic. Bodego right there. Eliana, very much appreciate you being here on Digital Trends Live.